If you've always wanted to learn chord style piano, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Piano Chording Level 1. This is also Unit 5 of Year 1 Beginner Piano Lessons. At any time, you can click the info card and come on over to pianovideolessons.com for more information. Alright, so hopefully by now you know how to play all of the major and all of the minor triads, and you're working through those. This is a good exercise to be doing every single day. All of your majors, and all of the minors, and cycling through them so that you have just easy access to those. You're not going to regret learning those really well and automatically. Today we're going to learn to play Blow the Man Down. It's a nice, simple, traditional piece that uses major and minor chords in the lead sheet. So this particular piece is written in G major, so it's got an F sharp here in the key signature, and you'll see an F sharp appearing down below in the piece, and we can see there's a G written here. That's a G major chord. Then there's an E written here. That's an E major chord. Then there's an A little m. That's an A minor chord. So here we have again D, A minor, D, and G. So when we play these pieces, we look to see if it's just a letter, then we play a major. If it's got a little m, then we play a minor. So in the case of G here, G major, from group 1, Snowman. Then we have E, E major, from a group 2, Hamburger. Then we have A minor. That is a new Snowman from the minor set. And that's it. Those are the only 3 chords that we need in this piece. Oh, and D, sorry, 4th chord. D major, also a hamburger. If you have no idea why I'm calling these hamburger and snowmen, you need to go back and have a look at lesson number 1 from Unit 5. So I'll put the link up here in the corner, and you can get introduced to all of the major chords and my silly reason for calling them those crazy names. So to play Blow the Man Down, again, there's no fingering written in a lead sheet, but if we scan through the music, we see the lowest note here is an F sharp. And G is kind of the lowest note until then. So we'll start with a thumb here on G, and right away the highest note we see is going to be an E. So we want to be able to reach all through this, so I'm just going to skip right over the A and use my 1, 2 there. 1, 2, 4. And then I have to move my thumb in, and I'm going to cross down for that F sharp here. I'm going to use my 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 1. Then we have a higher up note, so I'm going to come all the way up to my 5 here. And I'm going to cross my 3 over. So a 3 here on this B will get me all the way down to 1. Something interesting could happen here. I could open up for this, which would make it easier to reach a 5 there. So I'm going to put a 3 on this E. So there's your fingering help for this piece. But basically the trick is always look for your highest note and your lowest note, and then fingers that make it easier to move between the different placements. So here we go. The beginning of the piece has 2 notes before the first chord, and we have G major. So I'll play a 3-note triad, and I can play another one here, and another one. Now, why did I play so many? Basically speaking, in any kind of lead sheet, they only give you the first instance of the new chord. So in this case, we play a G chord. We could play a G chord on every beat. We could play and only need to change it when we get to this E. Or we can hold it through and play 1 on each new measure. Or we could just play it once right here where it says G and just hold. That's a little boring. I don't recommend it. Or you could play some combination of individual notes in here. And then as we move through the piece, we're just going to change chords every time it shows. Now, the rest of the piece pretty much has a new chord in every measure. So right here the A gets to stay for 2 bars and the D gets to stay for 2 bars, the G. So in this middle section it's changing on every new measure. So from the beginning we're going to have G chord. I'm going to play it on every bar. Now I'm going to hop to E major and then to A minor and D major, A minor, D major, Alright, so basically here, the purpose of this piece is just to get you used to understanding how to read the minor versus the major in this piece and for any lead sheet really. But what we're also going to do in a future lesson is learn some different ways of playing the left hand to jazz this up a little bit. So we might do something like... So stay tuned. In future lesson we'll learn more different arrangements for your left hand. And in our next lesson we're going to learn the diatonic chords for C major.
I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'd love to hear from you. So please leave me a comment in the comments section or send me a note at pianovideolessons@gmail.com. And if you really like these lessons, perhaps you'd consider becoming a patron. See you soon.